Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome or welcome back to Keeping Up with the Queen. Today we are talking about the brand new ABH or Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose Eyeshadow slash Face Palette. Disclaimer number one, I do not own that palette, but that's the point of this video. We're going to figure out together whether we need that new palette or not, based on the swatches from all of my previously bought Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I have here the Soft Glam, Modern Renaissance, and Norvina. Disclaimer number two is a little bit loud right now. I am running our dishwasher and that's just part of life. And also today is the lawn mowing day, so it's gonna be very loud. When everything gets out of control noise wise, I'm just gonna pause and take a break. All of that disclaimers out of the way. If you like this kind of videos, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, like this video, and push that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever I post my weekly videos. Okay, Primrose Palette, $55 US. It's already out. 10 eyeshadow shades in this palette with multiple finishes, 2 blushes. It's a rose-inspired color story with a larger pan size, almost twice as big as their regular eyeshadow pan, which is pretty decently sized. I wouldn't say they're the biggest. If you're someone like me who is a makeup lover and a collector, the chance that you pan an eyeshadow is very slim. They are very smart by including the 2 blushes. It just makes this palette so much different from the rest of the eyeshadow palette out there. You're gonna have less palettes to carry with you and to take out to use on that day. Well, there's that dishwasher. You good? Okay, what were we talking about? For the quality, I already know that ABH has good reputation. Their matte eyeshadow formula is more powdery and it packed a punch in terms of pigmentation, but they're blendable. So you can start slow, you can build them up, you can shear them out, or you can pack them on. For the metallic, the formulas usually they are very creamy and very pigmented, usually extremely metallic, so I don't doubt that they have good quality in this palette. By including blushes in their eyeshadow palette, if you like the blush as well, now they have a double fan, so you're both gonna be a fan of the eyeshadow formula and a fan of the blushes, so you're gonna start buying their blushes. So I think this is a great marketing strategy and it's really standing out among everything else going on. That's why I want to talk about them. How long have we been rambling on? 8 minutes. Okay, that's fine. This eye look also today I created using Soft Glam palette. I used 3 colors. One is Transition, beautiful, and then I used Cypress Umber for upper lid on the outer corner, and then I used Glistening as my inner corner highlight. And of course they are bomb, even though this palette is pretty old in my collection. Is one of my must-haves when it comes to eyeshadow and my top 10 forever love kind of deal. So yes, I'm also a big fan of their foundation, the luminous one. Of course, everyone loves the Brow Wiz. The palette presentation, the pricing, the color choices, I think is very smart. It's pretty neutral and rosy, but not too pink. The blushes seem to be great for eyeshadow as well. If you want to use that shade Saddle as a transition shade, I think it would be stunning as well, and I do think it has a good amount of depth with a few of the shades. Like Deep Berry is a really nice deepening shade, but not just a brown, you know, it has like a berry undertone, which goes well with the rose theme. There we go again, the machine. I have my glasses on, which means it's swatching time now. As I said, we have the Modern Renaissance, Norvina, and Soft Glam. Why am I doing this again is to figure out whether I already have very similar shades in my ABH collection, therefore I wouldn't need the new palette. And I really encourage you to do the same with your eyeshadow, whether it's ABH or not. For the sake of the length of the video, I'm not going to swatch my entire eyeshadow collection. I'm only going to do ABH. So, if you have other eyeshadows, this is a really fun activity to do to figure out if you already have all the shades or very similar tones, then you don't need the new palettes, because obviously when you blend them out on the eyes, or especially when you wear glasses, they're gonna look very close to one another anyway. So first of all, we have a Rose Water, which is a metallic bright opal with multi-dimensional reflect. Looks very similar to the shade Dreamer in my Norvina palette. Look at that pigmentation. Next we have Honey, which is a matte sandy beige. The only sandy light beige shade I have is Golden Ochre in my Modern Renaissance. Yeah. Sparkling Amber, which is a metallic rose gold with multi-dimensional reflect. In the picture, it looks more bronzy to me. I don't know in real life how it's gonna look, but we're just going for alternative here. So we have the shade Summer in the Norvina palette, which is this shade right here. Is a metallic kind of bronzy. Whew. I need to get these palettes out and use them more. The pigmentation is stunning. This is a good thing to do this kind of stuff too in your collection, so you will find out how many eyeshadow palettes you actually own and not get enough use of, and you'll be reminded how good their formulas are, and you'll use them more. That's part of the experience too. Okay, number 4 is Primrose, which is a matte dusty rose with multi-dimensional reflects. Huh? What? Oh, it's a matte with glitter. It's a glitter infused matte. I was confused for a second. I do not have anything like that. The closest I have is Bon Fresco from Modern Renaissance, so I'm gonna do that, but I know it's not a dupe. Very similar vibe. This one is of course cooler. Mango, which is a matte coral peach. Okay, this is a pretty light coral peach. I do not have that once again, but I do have orange soda from Soft Glam, so I'm gonna do that. It's kind of like that peachy light shade. I know it's not coral, but in the picture it looks very close. Okay, there's that. Peony, which is a sparkling petal pink with gold reflect. Wild Child shade right here, which is a pretty pink shade. It's kind of baby petally, don't you think? We're on the second row now. Do that one more time just for you to see. It is a really cute color scheme so far. Next we have a Rouge, which is a matte rose beige brown. I have burnt orange from Soft Glam, similar in tone. So let's just do that for fun. Fire Opal, which is metallic bright copper with opal reflex. Now I think we can do the rose gold shade. I think this is a much better representation of that color in the promo photo. Yeah. It has that rosiness too. Deep Berry, which is a matte deep berry. I have Passion, which is kind of a burgundy. It's not a berry, but it's the next best thing. Oh my god, look at that pigment. Oh, this one is a little bunch up. Claret, which is a matte rich plum, and I do think it's pretty similar to Dusty Rose here from my Soft Glam palette, my beloved ABH palette. Just to build up the pigmentation. There we go. These are the swatches, and they don't look the same. They have the similar vibe, and if you look closely, the Norvina palette have some more shades with the rosy tone, like Love here, Drama, which is a deep purple Soft Glam palette. You can see 2 right here, 1 right here. Rustic is kind of neutral, and you do have a deep berry kind of red and a deep black. For me, I don't think I need this new Primrose palette, because I have a lot to work with here that I barely use. This palette is going to be great if you do not have a lot of ABH eyeshadow, or you have some but you don't have as many as me. Well, I have 3, but that's a big range of colors. As you can see, you can find tons of alternatives. I haven't really tried their blushes, so I can't say much, but the shades look very universally flattering, and it does cater to lighter and medium skin more so than deep skin tone, this palette as a whole. And specifically the blushes, if you have deeper skin tone, I don't think this palette is going to work super great for you, especially if you have really deep skin tone. But if you're on the market for a cute palette, very neutral, very rosy, then this is a great palette for you. I expect this palette, the quality, to live up to the ABH standard kind of eyeshadow and powder product kind of formula, which is packed full with pigmentation and a little bit more dusty but blendable at the same time, and very user friendly, so you don't have to be a makeup artist to be able to work these shadows. So that's kind of my take on this new palette. What are your thoughts? Let me know down there in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. I hope this video is fun and helpful for you, but definitely let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in my next video. Until next time, let this mirror from my Modern Renaissance palette shines into your soul. Don't flop.